Hey guys, I'm Michael. I'm from TravelCostaRicaNow.com. Guys, this is another video in our Expat series, and man, this is a good one. We're going to be talking to Eric, who you're going to meet in a second. What I like about talking to Eric is we get a lot of emails about people asking us, oh, you know, whatever reason they want to leave the States, can I get a job down in Costa Rica? I just want to come down there and work. Well, anyway, we're going to be talking to Eric. He's got a very interesting story, so definitely check it out. Eric, thank you so much for talking to us.
How's it going?
So, I find it extremely interesting that you came down here not really considering living here, and yet you're here.
Yeah.
So first tell them, how long have you been here?
I've been here for 10 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't know that.
For reals.
All right, tell them the story. I think it's interesting.
Well, I had a friend of mine called me. I was living in California, and I was a network technician. And I was working at my job, and he calls me. He's like, I need someone to come watch my hotel for a while, you know? And I was like, what do you mean come watch your hotel? He's like, I got some problems back in the States. I gotta go watch. I need someone to come watch my hotel and take care of business and watch the place because I don't trust anybody.
And his hotel is in
San Jose. Yeah, it's in San Jose. San Jose here.
Yeah, Drew, had you ever been down here before?
Never. Yeah, never.
Sorry, keep going.
So I was like, okay, I was like, what, are you gonna pay for, you know, I don't have any money to fly out there, what's going on? He's like, I'm gonna pay for everything and just come and take care of my hotel and just take care of the customers. I was like, okay, cool, I can do it, no problem.
Was it more of a vacation, 2 months, or you did open-ended?
2 weeks, he told me 2 weeks.
10 years ago.
Yeah, 10 years later, yeah, it was 2 weeks. So I came down to watch to watch his hotel and I handled all the reservations and everything because I was already working actually at another hotel before I got into my other business situations.
You mean in the States?
In the States.
So I knew kind of the business.
Yeah, exactly. But nothing ever like tourist business.
So you come down here, you're here helping your friend.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
And then one thing led to another, you know, like, I'll tell you the truth, man, this is how it all started. My friend, when he left back to the States, and I was in charge of his hotel for 2 weeks, and customers were always asking me, what's there to do around town? What's there to do around here? And I didn't know anything. I was like, oh, well, you know, there's the volcano next to us, there's another one over there. And
you didn't know anything.
I didn't know anything. I was like here and there, you know.
Probably telling him to go somewhere else.
I was sending him somewhere else. I used to send him actually next door, because next door to me was an info center where they sell tours. And that's where I was sending them to, you know. And this guy, every time I sent people to him, or every time I walked by there, he would hand me an envelope of cash.
So you learned the word commission.
Exactly. You know? And I was like, and I didn't understand why he was giving me money. I mean, I'm from California, and then after the 5th envelope, I was like, man, you know, the light turned on. I was like, what's up? You know, I went to talk to him. I was like, hey, what's really going on, man? You keep giving me money every time I send you people? Is it 10 bucks a head, 15, 20? What's really going on here? You know? And then that's when he hired me to help him out with tours too.
So you did that for how long?
I did that for 3 years.
So I'm assuming that just like you learned that, you started learning other things about Costa Rica and got your own ideas or something.
Yeah.
Because you never went back, did you?
No. I didn't.
So once you were here, you were here.
Yeah.
So after that, you worked that a while, you probably made a little bit of money, but then that probably wasn't enough.
It wasn't, no. Obviously, this is what happened. When I started learning the ropes of tourism in Costa Rica and how you can make money off tourists when you're still helping them out to save money and make a little money, that's when it started hitting me even faster and better. You know, I started getting my own ideas, my own things. Why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? Why is it this way? Why is it that way?
And then you just started doing it.
And I started doing it.
So you ended up in Monteverde next?
Yeah, Monteverde next from there.
So still selling tours?
Still selling tours.
So you, okay, we're in La Fortuna right now in case you guys didn't know. And now it came to this. Like 9 years later, 10 years later.
Well, 9 years later, now I have my own boat, party boat on the lake. I got my own hostel, chill out backpackers. I mean, I'm just doing my own thing now, you know? Now it's like, I'm at the step where it's happening. You know, the ball's rolling, and it's been rolling for like the last 4 years.
So one thing just led to another. I actually do want to say something. Eric's kind of a go-getter, or a big go-getter. So you people that email, oh, what can I do to work down here? the work really doesn't come to you.
No.
Would you say that's true?
It doesn't.
You make the work happen.
Yeah, you gotta make it happen.
Actually, I got a few questions I want to ask you, if you don't mind.
Nah. Cheers.
It's kind of a little bit along the same lines. So what would you say is the biggest misconception about living in Costa Rica or Costa Rica itself
The biggest.
that other people might have?
Well, I mean, you don't. This is nothing like the States. You know what I mean? You don't have things like you can't go from here in my town that I'm at right now in La Fortuna. I can't just go to the movies. You know, things like that you don't have like back at home. You know, it just depends how you look at it.
So like,
you know?
there's not the Home Depot, the Best Buy, the Chili's, the Applebee's on every corner.
No.
You get all these options.
Yeah, you have different options here, man. It's just everything is different here in Costa Rica. You know.
So what would you say is the biggest advantage of living here in Costa Rica for you?
Rent. Rent.
Okay, well, can I ask?
Yeah.
How much do you pay?
I'm paying $200 for a 2 bedrooms, living room, dining room, electricity, and cable TV.
Now, did that just was that in a big newspaper ad that said, rent me for $200 and get this, or did you have to?
No, you gotta go out and find it, man. You know,
Right.
you gotta go out and find things because some people,
Go ahead.
some people think, oh, you know, you're from the States, you're gonna pay like $800 a month or $500 a month, but once you get to know the system and the ropes, you can find a good place for pretty cheap.
How much?
$200 a month.
Why am I paying? Are you serious? Okay, we need to talk later. Okay, what's the biggest disadvantage of living here, you think?
Well,
I mean, for you. This isn't for other people,
Yeah.
just for you.
Well, I mean, like thank God, man, I got my residency. I don't have to leave every 3 months and all that stuff now. You know what I mean? So, I mean, disadvantage, really, man. I mean, shopping, things for food. You know, like when you want real stuff from the States that you can't get here in Costa Rica, you got to go to San
Like
Jose.
maple syrup.
Maple syrup. You know, not even that, just Captain Crunch. You can't even get it in this town. I gotta drive 3 hours to go get it.
I would say a lot of people complain about that. You just can't get those things that we're used to in the States. And if you can find them, they're usually a lot more.
Yeah.
Like peanut butter.
Yeah, even peanut butter, yeah, exactly. You
Which
know,
I love.
You can't even get in this town.
Cheese.
Yeah. You know?
All right. Out of, let's say, 100 gringos that come to live in Costa Rica, how many would you say leave within 2 years?
Well, just this month in this town, I have met at least 40 to 35 people coming trying to live here, and they don't stay. They don't stay because you can't come to Costa Rica and think you're just gonna do something and do it. You know, it's impossible. You gotta have something that doesn't exist in this town, that doesn't exist in the country to make money off something. You know, I say about maybe 75%.
I think you're right. Actually, would probably even maybe go a little higher personally because I mean, been here 7 years. We've seen so many people come and go. It's kind of sad actually, a little bit. I think it's because they just maybe didn't do their homework or just understand what they were getting into. Maybe.
Exactly. Well, since we've been here and we've known each other, we have what? None so far. You know, they have to actually stay.
So why do you think they leave? What do you think the major reason is?
One of the major reasons is a lot of people think they just can come here and do whatever they want to, when you really can't. It's a process, you know.
And you may not know the process. You
Exactly.
think you're going to bring the States mentality down here to
Yeah.
do that, and they're going to accept it.
And they won't. It's impossible. It's a process. You got to meet people. You got to know people. You got to know what you're doing. You know.
I would say the biggest thing is, I mean, personally, I think they come down here thinking they can impose, I don't know if that's the word, impose like gringo type of ways of doing things down here, and it's going to work. They're going to go, well, yeah, of course they'll do it like that because it makes so much sense.
Exactly. But it does, at the long run, it doesn't.
Anyway, guys, this video is for you guys that we get the emails about you just want to come down here, you think you're going to find a job. I personally always recommend starting your own business here. Exactly. It's cheaper, actually, than to try to find work, because technically, I just want to say this, Yes, you can find work like he did, and we've done it before too, but technically it's illegal to work here.
Yeah.
But to start a business here, you can do, and it's very easy to do. I just want to say a quick shout out. So 10 years ago, he came down here helping his friend run a hotel for a couple weeks. 10 years later, you can't see the top of the sign, I don't think, but it's called Chill Out Backpackers. It's here in La Fortuna. He also does a party boat tour out on Lake Erin also.
Yeah.
Come a long way for 10 years. And
Yeah.
when are you going back, by the way?
Well, I only go back. I only go back during November for 1 week. You know, we have our,
And that's
our
enough.
early Christmas and Thanksgiving, and then I come back because in high season it kicks in, and it's over from there.
Anyway, guys, I hope this gives you a little bit of perspective. The bottom line of all this is I know Eric, and if you haven't got this from the conversation, you got to be a go-getter down here, man. Things don't come to you. You have to get out there. But anyway, I'm Michael Allen. This is Eric. Thank you so much.
Anytime, man. Anytime, you guys.
I just want to say travelcostarica.com. Peace.
Peace.